Hey guys, and welcome to another Factorio Friday Facts discussion. As always, I'm here with Will and Mojo.
Hello.
Hello.
And yeah, so 5 years of Factorio. Apparently today is their 5-year anniversary, and they've drawn us a nice little gear cake.
Yeah. So
Looks
it
Great
looks
pretty
memories
like
good to
drawing
me.
things on whiteboards.
yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
I'm sure that whiteboard should have stuff about version 15 on it. Maybe a picture of some nuclear stuff. The cake is nice
yeah, they
too.
haven't gotten around to that yet. They spent like the last 3 months drawing a gear cake. That's what I gather based on the last Friday Facts.
I hope that wasn't the
um,
art department doing that.
that's why it took them so
Like,
long to do the
Like,
graphics. This would be like their version 1. All right.
well, if you scroll a little bit further down, then you'll see version 1.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, today is the 5-year anniversary. He says, as you may know, and this is Kovrex, I believe, and our seating. You may or may not know the first version was created in Java, which I actually didn't know. And it took me a whole 12 days to realize that it's not a good idea and switch to C++. As a small celebration, they have provided the very first version, Factorio pre-alpha version 0.1. You can download it. It is a good reminder of how much the game has moved forward in all directions. And we can see, this is what version 1 looked like.
Yep.
Man, and you thought the versions you played were retro.
Yeah, I did a retro Factorio about once a month or so. I play version 4 because that's the earliest I could get my hands on. But this Wednesday I'm going to do version 1.
Yeah, this is what I find interesting, right, is that the inserters are more detailed than the assembling machines,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny.
Do you know what I pick up from that, right? So the assembly machines, you can tell what level it is by the number of gear wheels it has on it. In the bottom
Mm-hmm.
right, there's an assembler with 4 gear wheels.
Hey, nice catch.
Was there a level 4 assembler in one day? I will find out.
That would be great. I
or
wonder,
else
and
we'll
I
find
wonder.
out when you do the stream.
That's what I mean. I'll find out. Was there a level 4 assembler at one point? But it's
I
also
wonder.
interesting. You can look at this and you can tell exactly what it is, even though it doesn't look like it anymore.
Oh yeah.
I
What
know what inserters are which and all that because of their color.
Right, exactly. I wonder what this stuff is. That like stone in the very top left. That like white stuff. Do you think?
No, I
I
don't
think
think
that
so.
might be ground detail of some kind.
Yeah, because you got. I don't think there is any stone on there because the ready stuff would be copper. You got coal. Iron's not
The,
on the map.
well, unless it's this other stuff. What's this stuff like under? Well, yeah, I guess I don't know. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Also, Zoe's not going to like that picture. Lots of buffer storage.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty cool. If you want to play with it, you can download it, and then we get into some interesting gameplay stuff for 15. This part is written by our seating. Input action permission system. Essentially, to summarize, is currently with servers, you don't have much control over who has permission to do what. You can like set in the config for it how who's an admin and who's not, but other than that, you can't do much. But he's added in this nice thing that essentially allows you to customize very, I mean, this is even a scroll bar, very detailed what each level of permission like level can do, and who has that level and stuff, which is really cool.
Yeah, and look at the size of that scroller bar.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. It's like I mean, you can customize it down to like the last little detail of what they can build and can't build.
Hmm.
It actually looks like it's every possible action in the game is in that list.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
because I see here like disconnect rolling stock, so you can like make it so some people can't disconnect trains, like from each other, or drop items. I mean, it's really detailed, and you can create these groups, right? These level groups,
Hmm.
and then select who's in there, and it's gonna be really nice.
Yeah.
That's going to really help with the public servers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
But
yeah.
just on that note, it's if you just with it not being able to disconnect trains and anything like that, that gives you. I could see that being potential in mods too, or custom games, so you can narrow down what a player can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
idea, actually. Could do
Scena-
quite a
open-
bit.
Yeah, with scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, pretty much he just says what we summarize is completely optional, but it supports a number of permission groups, allowing server admins to define allowed disallowed actions for everyone in the group. So that takes care of that, which is pretty cool. And then we have the train optimizations, or railway rather, which our seating told us in Will's stream a little while ago, so we knew this, but I think he made this based off of the save we sent him, right?
Yep. Yeah, because our constant complaining about track lag. So him and Hansi fixed it.
Yeah, which is super, super nice. So
Yeah.
essentially, what the deal was, right, is that anyone who's watched the series knows at this point that with a big train network and lots of trains, when you tear up or even place a track, regardless of if it's connected to any other track or not, it lags the game horribly. Pretty much unplayable at the point we're at if you do more than just remove like one piece of track at a time.
Yeah, pretty much.
we're actually now finding that even placing and removing stations adds the same lag.
Yeah. I removed a station earlier and Mojo felt it and was like, well, what did you just do? I was like, I moved the station. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to turn at the moment you have to turn the trains off, or what we've been doing now for just a little bit of work is just slow the game speed right down so you can recover better. And we were worried that with all the optimizations in version 15 that are coming, this track problem was going to be our limiting factor still, but now that's fixed, I'm quite scared as to what the new limit is going to be.
Probably the same stuff, just it's going to take a lot more to get there, I would imagine.
More faster, double it.
Yep,
Either
pretty
that or
much.
bots.
It will be interesting, though, comparing bots to belts now, since the optimizations are coming in for the belts.
Yeah,
But-
I think I said before that I think there's some scope for some intermediate work for them.
Yeah, I think there could definitely be some hybrid type stuff.
Yeah. Use belts to bridge bot networks and stuff rather than trains, if they're close. Especially if the belts have no turns in them. If they're designed to be perfectly straight, nothing happens to them. All the belt will just become one entity, which will be less entities than bots doing the work.
Right. So yeah, that's it. Essentially, he and IZQ got together. They fixed it. Just kind of to show. I mean, you can read here that in 14 that this is kind of like what the issue was. When you build any rail or destroy any rail, it tells all trains to repath that their path is invalid. But see, that doesn't seem right though. Like maybe it's just worded weird, right? Because the way this is worded, it says that it tells all trains to repath if their path is invalid. But that's not true, because when we place a track out in the middle of nowhere connected to nothing else, it still lags. And according to the way they phrase this, that I mean, it doesn't make sense, right? So, not quite sure what's happening there, but
Yeah.
Build any rail, it forces all repathing, just
Yeah.
to make sure nothing's invalid. Even though it's
Right,
completely
okay.
unnecessary.
Right. So he says, some were simple. So when a train stop is destroyed, only trains currently driving that stop are affected, which makes sense to me. That's pretty logical, straightforward. But others were a little more complicated. When a rail destroyed, unless I had a signal, train stop connected to two or more rails on opposite sides, nobody needs to know it was destroyed. End result, after all this, is now building and managing anything in the rail system for 15 has almost no measurable impact on performance, which is fantastic.
Oh yeah. Can't wait. Are we there yet?
Yeah, we there
It's a
yet?
very good
Please.
effort.
No more waiting.
No more waiting. Now we just need a graphic for nuclear. Pretty sure that's all we're waiting on at this point.
Yep. We could use the cake.
I was gonna say maybe they could just adapt the cake to nuclear. That would probably be faster.
Well, you could use the candles as like the cooling towers, and
Yeah, and the cake thing as the actual reactor.
yeah,
I mean, to be honest with you,
that'd be fine.
I'm so excited for this thing right now. I would take that, man. I would take a dinky little graphic like this for the nuclear reactor and cooling towers if we could get 15 now. But that's just me.
Yep. Done. Deal. Let's go.
Yeah, I like that plan.
Okay.
All right, let's put it in motion.
Wait.
Anyway.
I expect the mod to be in my inbox that adds in a nuclear reactor using the cake graphic when I wake up tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, we're gonna have an issue if it's not there.
Yeah. We have
Anyway,
words.
have words, yeah. Anyway, I think that'll do it for this one, guys. It was pretty interesting. I'm excited about the server thing and especially the train fix. And then looking at this version 1 will be quite interesting. If you want to play it again, you can download it, or if you want to see someone else play it, Will is going to be streaming it Wednesday, you said?
Yep. Wednesday evening, my usual stream time. That'll be about 10 p.m. GMT.
Awesome. All right. Well, unless you guys have any last thoughts, gonna call it there.
Nope, I think that's it.
Okie dokie. We will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed.
Bye.
Bye bye.